Well, I've got a couple things to share that Andy has shipped recently that I was going to show you. But Andy, since you're here, what do you feel comfortable sharing? I know you're working on the Chrome extension right now, so I thought Bears you might want to take a peek at it, although I know it's early.
Yeah, Burst. So I'd like to show it to you, but if you keep in mind that it's kind of in a rough state as I'm still working on stuff.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I just wanted to get your initial opinion on it and see if some of the decisions we're making are good for your workflows. Let me share
Cool.
my screen in a second.
So maybe we focus on Bears. What we want to make sure, because we're going to turn off Gen 1. We're planning on
Yeah.
turning it off in 9 days. So, and we know you use the Chrome extension. So this Chrome extension is going to replace the one that you use. So we want to make sure that this one is even better than the one that you're already using.
Okay.
Yep.
And we'll focus on the use case, the look and feel. It's not going to have all the look and feel stuff yet.
So Burj, I have here the new extension in the side panel right here. We kind of went away from doing everything automatically, so it's not going to automatically summarize all the pages you go to. By default, it's just going to prompt you with a few options. And these are still work in progress. And one thing we should talk about is we know the prompt that we're using on Gen 1 right now is working really well for you. So we
Yeah.
want to bring that to Gen 2. So maybe we can pretend this summarize button would be the Gen 1 prompt basically. So you'd be able to, on the pages that you choose, you'll be able to select the collection you want this chat to be happening in, and you'll be able to basically decide if you actually want a summary and not for it to automatically do it every time. And then it's gonna generate the same summary. Right now I have a very basic prompt just for testing, but
Yeah.
we will use the Gen 1 prompt and generate the same, like a very similar summary you're getting today from the Gen 1 extension.
Yep. That looks great.
There's a couple things about this that I'd like to ask you. So one thing, Andy, can you actually close it for a second?
Mhm.
So Bears, it's not going to have the little tab on the side of your screen
Yeah.
anymore. So to use it, you'll have to click up here, and I assume that's fine. Is it anything about that that you would not like?
No, I just need to have this open in the background. Is that how it's going to work? Like if I'm going into eMarketer, which I read, religiously every day. So,
Yeah, once you install it, it'll always be here.
oh, it'll always be there. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fine.
Well,
Yeah, as long
yeah,
as you pin it, you'll
Yeah.
always have it available here.
Oh,
yep.
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, good. All right. And so you'll click to open it. And then when you click to open it, it'll stay open. Andy, does it stay open across pages or is it only on one page that it like
It
if
does, yeah. If I open a
okay,
new tab, you'll
great.
see, yeah, UI is still work in progress, but you'll be
Yeah.
able to go to different pages. It will always stay open.
So
And
Bears, it
be,
basically stays open until you close it, but it's not actually doing anything until you tell it to.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine.
Okay. All right. And then even when you have it summarize a page for you, it's not actually, well, Andy, why don't you tell me how you're building it? If Bears like if you click summarize here, is it going to be added to a collection or does Bears
yes.
have to
So
manually add it?
the way it works is you'll be able to choose the collection, and we're working to create an automatic like dump collection for all the Chrome extension threads. So you'll have a separate collection where you can just dump all of these one-time threads.
Okay.
But right now you can see I'm in my personal collection. So when I'll click on any of these prompts, or if I ask it a prompt myself, like summarize this page, this will create a thread in the collection you're in when you submitted a prompt, in my case, in the personal collection.
Okay.
But we don't save the page as an asset, so it will not be uploaded anywhere in your platform. It will just be particular to this chat you're in right now, the content of the page.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need the page. What I do is I'm just copying the summary, putting it into the email and just connecting the link to it. So that's fine. I don't need that.
Yeah, so we want to make let me close it and open it again to go back here. So we want to make the default experience that we're not really saving it in any place that might bother you. And then you'll have to actually go out of your way to change to a collection that you care about if you want to extract some particular article into one of your other collections. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, it could almost be like if you have a dummy collection that just clears every 90 days or something like that, or I can clear it easily, where there's just a one click button,
Hmm.
click the next 50, or I don't know what I used to have that, but it doesn't work well, to be honest with you, with the old version of Rodeo, where
Okay.
you try to delete them all at once. It
Yeah.
doesn't work well with the old one.
Yeah.
But I like this. The only other things I would say is, if we write our own prompts, can we save them um, in here or save them somewhere? That would be one thing. And the other thing is, there are certain files that I open up where there are articles that I'm reading. And what they do, Drodio, is that they'll have one article and then they'll jump to another article. So is there a way where, instead of Storytell giving me the summary of all four, I can just highlight it and say, like, summarize only this or summarize only that? Doesn't happen too often, but it does happen every once in a while.
Andy,
you want to talk to? I'll put a screenshot in the
yeah, I was gonna find that screenshot. Well, for your first point, Burj, and I think what Jorio is adding is what I wanted to mention is this is kind of like a V2 feature. So we're most likely not gonna have this for our first version of the extension, but we wanna make it so that you can highlight text on the page and then you'll get the pop-up here on the right side, which is similar to the one you get in the Storytel platform to be able
Yeah.
to basically you can choose predefined prompts or click on the ask a follow-up question about this, which will basically mean you're only asking a question around this content and nothing else.
Okay.
So that's one way to address it. The other way is we could actually, based on what you said, if you give us an example of a page that has multiple articles, we can actually handle that automatically for most places where we just pick out the first article. But it might be less precise than you just selecting exactly what you want and
Yeah.
chatting with
Yeah,
that.
I'm fine with selecting. I can send you some articles so you guys have it.
that'd be great.
Some
That'd
links
be, yeah,
that we
great.
use so you
Yeah.
can see. But I'm fine with just selecting and you know
Okay.
having it do its magic with the selection.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, can you go back to the Chrome extension for a minute here? One thing that so Bears, I heard you say that you don't necessarily want to do this, but I know that there are people that would, which is to be able to add this as an asset to a collection. And I almost imagine, Andy, like a button here that's like add this to my personal collection or something like that. What are your thoughts about making that? It's basically just the URL scrape functionality.
I mean, for me, that's fine. I think having the option to include it is great. I just don't necessarily want to do it with every single article
Right.
that I'm reading.
Right.
Yeah,
How would
that
you
makes
handle
sense.
that, Andy? Where would you put something like that?
It's probably gonna be here. It's kind of a placeholder, but we will show this as being kind of like a file, an HTML file.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the option to click on a save button, and then a big prompt will come where you can choose where to save it, in which collection, and
Cool.
so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds great. Okay, John, any hopes and dreams for the Chrome extension?
I think Chrome extension will be cool when I can play with it. The the other topic I want to talk about, I don't want to derail, is I'm doing a webinar for you all next week, so I wanted to talk a little about that too. But Chrome
Right.
extension, I'm excited to play with it. That'll be cool. I actually had somebody ask about that, so this is cool.
Did you?
Yeah.
It should actually work pretty well on a demo page, I'm thinking.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Be really interesting to see what happens there. Okay. Andy, anything else that you want to ask about or share?
No, thank you for the feedback, Virg.
I just want to point a couple things out. We have a number of new use cases here. And
Nice.
so to the extent that you want to be able to share, Storytell with others, we're starting to really build out some, detailed examples of how you can query files and collections and that sort of thing. So anyway, I just want you to know that exists now.